Is it reasonable to recognize awareness as a stream that creates reality, then take charge of shaping that reality into what you envision? You are going to continue to be part of society as a wage slave, but will respond by having a pissed off narrative as your internal dialogue. You can be certain about uncertainty, just as long as you realize that your certainty about uncertainty is also uncertain. It's already perfect, because imperfections are part of perfection. Test the intricacies of how the free will of being interacts and affects the seemingly deterministic external circumstances and environment. Details are poisonous because that's not where answers are, or where truth is found. So what is going to happen when we start ingesting it? The nature of a trap. It lures you, sucks you in, ensnares you, and then kills you. Any questions? Allow yourself to see how seemingly external obstacles and difficulties are really just subconscious projections of fears and doubts. Very often in spiritual training, levels of incremental ascension rely on how light and fluid one allows oneself to become. A balloon cannot rise for so long as it is tied to a stone. Focusing on reflections give them life and power, and cloud over the clarity of mind that would recognize them as subconscious projections. On seeking happiness, serenity, peace, love, and contentment are not brought about by adding or removing things from the external environment. For the wise, it's not a matter of luck or chance. Your focus will determine your reality. Focus has nothing to do with how you think or what you believe, but rather how you apply willpower, intent, and creativity. The most potent seeds of open possibilities are born in the imagination. An empty mind is a clear mind. A cluttered mind becomes easily distracted and disturbed by how the appearances of form arrange themselves. A good starting point in the quest for self-discovery. You are not a sexuality, a gender, a race, a bloodline, nor a belief system. Imagine for a moment that you are a ball of awareness floating in empty space. From this perspective, it's pretty clear what you are, no? Clear seeing could be defined as a clarity of mind facilitated by the non-hindrance of the usual constant chattering of internal dialogue. Your awareness of an experience of a reality is the only thing you can know to be for sure. Beyond this, you don't know jack shit. If you recognize that, from your own perspective, you are the center of everything, and you take responsibility for it, all doors will open. A strong mind remains serene and clarified, no matter what provocations of comedy and horror that appear from the passing show. Achieving the impossible is not a matter of believing. It's the end result of the removal of doubt and restrictive mental blockades. Fulfilling a quest is less about the mundane steps required to get there, but more about becoming one who reaches such a destination. During a quest, the greatest possible opponent one will face, more treacherous and debilitating than any foe or obstacle, is self-doubt. Reactive, not realizing that you are the source of projection, thereby assigning power to external reflections and responding in ignorance. Proactive, realizing that you are the source of projection, thereby empowering the internal by directing the reflection in enlightenment. A belief that power and authority is attributable to some external factor is a fundamental ingredient to self-disempowerment. The quality of our spiritual travels is a matter of the path, not reaching a destination. A destination is an illusion. The road never ends. Your imagination is a fertile, empty field awaiting your creative seeds. Whatever seed you plant will manifest in your world. It's up to you. If you wish to accomplish something, then discard doubt and utilize any obstacle that presents itself as a means to enable you in some way. True personal power is derived from how much responsibility you realize for your world. The thing about mind over matter is that it is already the case. You don't achieve it, you realize it. The world is a reflection of your inner condition. Struggling against external factors for change is akin to fistfighting your own shadow. One reason why realizing mind over matter is seemingly so difficult is because people wrongly assume it is a process of gathering knowledge. There are lots of deceptions, distractions, and overcomplications paraded before you, all to steer you away from discovering the key within. The essence of what we are is not nameable, and we don't come from anywhere nameable either. There's no what or where existing. A person, place, or thing, or circumstance and condition will either surge or wane in intensity depending on how much attention you give it. Dangerous binding pitfalls for a dreaming spirit with amnesia include stakes, anchors, vices, quicksand, and cement. An introspective adjustment will always synchronize and harmonize the external conditions to be in accord with the state of mind. In philosophical discourse, you are not allowed to use deities, creatures, mythologies, the occult, or pseudoscience as arguments. Death, a final annihilation of something? Not in the least. We should rename death disembodiment. Philosophy of mathematics. All numbers have different values, but are all equal by virtue of being numbers. Philosophy of mathematics, part 2. 0 is not nothing. 0 is also not the absence of value. 0 is a value. Nothingness is a potential. Philosophy of mathematics, part 3. All values have different numbers, but are all equal by virtue of being value.